Morning from Seattle, Washington. Welcome to Coffee and Cosmos with Robin. My name is Robin Fritz, and today I want to talk a little bit about blessing ourselves. And also, I'm going to take quick mini readings with people. We'll do a quick meditation and a crystal of the week. So, welcome again. Welcome to Coffee and Cosmos with Robin. My name is Robin Fritz. I'm an intuitive and spiritual consultant and certified past life regression specialist based in Seattle, Washington. So, welcome and thanks for joining us today. So, today I want to talk a little bit about blessing ourselves. And it seems like something that we don't do enough of. And I was thinking about this on the weekend. I've had a hard life and a really hard year. Hello, everyone. Thanks for chiming in. I love it when you type in your hellos to me and to the community. That's what we're here for, community to grow and learn together. So, about choosing to bless ourselves. So, like I said, I've had a hard life and a hard year. And years ago, I decided that, there were different ways that I could approach the world. And I could get up every day and feel that that I was lacking something or missing something, and the resulting drain would affect me during the entire day. And I didn't like how that felt, and I wanted to change it up. So, yes, and thanks for chiming in with your questions, and we'll get to those here in a few minutes. So, I hope this helps you because it helped me. I discovered that I could wake up every morning and think about blessing myself, blessing my animal family, blessing the world around me. And I discovered that when I did that, everything felt better. Yeah, I still had problems. I still had issues to deal with. Sometimes I knew I was having client sessions with people in real serious pain and real serious things that they needed to dig into. But I could start every day by blessing myself. So I gather my animals around me when we first wake up, and it's, hi, how are you? I'm so grateful you're in my life. I'm so grateful I'm here with you. And that's a process that I started to call blessing. So then I take my dog out for his morning walk, and I'm very lucky and grateful that I live here in Seattle, Washington, near the beach. And so every day I can look out and see the ocean. So my dog and I will walk down to the beach every day. And the beach changes all day long, day or night, the wind, the light, with the wildlife, everything. No matter what, I loved it. So I started thanking the beach for being there for me and for my family, for my being part of the life here at the beach. So I just want you to think about this. And for all of you who are looking for messages today and you're thinking, I would like a message from a loved one or just from my soul, here's the message for all of us, is that we can change anything in our lives for the better by simply starting out saying, I bless myself. I bless my family. If you have a family, I bless the crystals around me. I bless the home that I'm in. I bless my neighborhood. And we think blessing is complicated, right? And we think that we need a minister or candles or incense or a set ritual or even a certain prayer, and that we need to say it a certain way at a certain time of day, or it needs to be a special occasion. But if you bless yourselves in advance, right? Bless yourself just as you get up in the morning, and really also as you go to sleep at night, what you're doing is creating your own message for yourself. You're creating a message for the universe, for the world around you, and for yourself and your family. Blessing yourself and your family helps you become a real organic part of the world around you so that you're in the flow of it. And so whatever problems you have, and I know I've had plenty, and I know a lot of you have had plenty of problems throughout your life. Whatever those problems are, they step into that flow, and that blessing ourselves helps us keep that flow moving, keep the energy moving. And blessing ourselves changes us. It revs up our energy. It changes our focus from lack to what we want and need and can have, and just to being part of the flow, right? So I think of blessing myself, my family, you, all of you, the Om Times community that we get to share every week. I think of blessing that as accepting our mistakes, relishing our triumphs, accepting our basic souls here in bodies that are learning and growing and changing every day, as appreciation, as being grateful in the world. So I hope this idea of blessing ourselves, blessing our families helps you. It's simple. You can do it every day. And I knew that as I started out doing this, the difficulties in my life were still there, right? But I learned perspective, but I also learned that we can change how we look at it, and that affects how we feel during the day, how our souls grow, and it really adds to the positive that we can give out for ourselves and for the world. And it makes a huge difference. And remember, each one of us, each one of you is here to make a difference in the world. You're here to grow your souls. We were never promised it would be easy, but we can promise to bless ourselves every single day and make that matter. And I know it's worth it. Every day when my dog and I come back from the beach, it's like awesome. It's like whatever the day is, even if it's pouring down rain, which we have literally been praying for in Seattle for 7 months. All of that is something to be grateful for. So I got so carried away with that I didn't start with a quick meditation with Fallon. So I was so anxious to share the blessing. So here's my blessing to all of you today. Let's take a moment here. Think about the things that you would like to be blessed for, the things that you would like to bless, right? Think about the questions that you had for me today and the messages you wanted to hear. Take a deep breath and let those messages come into your heart with connection with Fallon. So as you breathe down from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet and back up again, take a deep breath. Allow this energy to come to you. You're welcome to welcome Fallon's energy into your body, supporting your body today. And I'm just going to be quiet for a moment and let you experience the blessing that you get from this crystal and the blessing that you're giving to yourselves right here in community. Awesome, right? You can feel that connection. If your intuition runs towards feelings, you can feel that connection with all of us here in the community. Awesome. So a series of questions here. Jacob wanted to ask about your mom, and you're struggling with being without your mom. I'm assuming that the message kind of got cut off there. Jacob, for you and for everyone who's missing someone in your life, someone who's died and passed on, it could be a human or an animal loved one. And my answer to you is tell your loved ones that you love them. Even now, even if it's years since they've died, even if they just died this morning, tell them that you love them. Tell them that you miss them. Tell them how important they were in your life. And just sit with that. And ask them to help you feel them acknowledging that. And I know you can. I do this with clients every day as a medium. And my big goal in the world is to help people learn to tap their own intuitive and healing abilities. And one of the most important places that is Jacob, and to all of you who are asking about lost loved ones here, is learning to connect with them on your own and learning to understand that even though they've gone into a different dimension, that soul connection that we have with them continues. I know how hard it is to be without them in their bodies. I lost my first loved one when I was 9. It was my 14-year-old brother. And it doesn't seem to end. And yet I know that they're still out there. I know that their consciousness survives death. I know that from my work. I know that all of you know that deep down inside. So take a moment and bless them. Bless yourselves. Thank them for connecting with you. Thank you for being in your life. As your parents, thank them for giving life to you in the first place. Whether they gave birth to you physically or adopted you, they're still, giving life to you. So I hope that helps you, Jacob. Invite them to connect with you. Set a ritual time, and we'll be doing that. I've got a webinar up at Learn It Live where you can go through that on your own. It's free, Connection to the Dead, but I'll be doing more of that coming up. But know that I have never connected with a lost loved one who didn't want to tell their living beloveds how much they miss them and how they'll see them again, and it'll be okay. So other questions. So you're all asking if people could come in so here's the thing for me. I know there are mediums out there who do live readings on the air, either in Facebook or on the radio shows. And I try to keep those private because the kind of reading that I do as a medium is an actual real depth in connection with our loved ones. And those are very personal. They're not, here's what they used to like to wear, here's their favorite song, here's what they look like, here's their name. You already know all that. You already know that they're there somewhere in the afterlife and that someday you'll see them again. My work as a medium is to actually have real in-depth conversations. And to me, that's sacred and it's sacred space. So I make those private. And when my clients agree to it, I share their stories as I do in my upcoming book. So I hope that helps you. Try to connect with them on your own. Rowena, I saw your connection. I saw that pop up here on my screen. Stephanie, again, thanks for your question. Stephanie Leyland asking, your Nana and your granddad got killed in a car accident together. They were happy to be together, right? That's the way they wanted it. Not necessarily in a car accident, but to be together. They were pretty awesome people. I can see why you miss them. So people asking for things from their family, again, that overall message of it's great to connect with them, invite them to connect with you. Take 10 minutes to create this little ritual for yourself. Again, today's theme is blessing. So bless them for being in your lives and, ask them to step close so that you can feel them. Or ask for a sign. Sometimes the signs are weird and sometimes they don't exist, because that's just how it is. And tell them how much you appreciate them and know that they can hear you, even if we can't, even if we feel we can't. So Rhonda, thanks for being here briefly. Kim from New Zealand, you're worried about finances, it looks like, and take a break from worrying about it because that's keeping it from happening. So try the blessing. Maybe the blessing thing was for you today. Try going out in nature and blessing the world and blessing yourself for being in it, and let that change your energy. Rhonda, having difficult times. And blessings to you, she says. Thank you, Rhonda. And exactly. I know about difficult times, and I know there's a light at the end of the tunnel. For you, it seems to be stretching a little bit longer, well into next year. but look at that as also as an opportunity for yourself to change things up. And it doesn't have to be a huge, big thing. Think about what I said in starting a blessing ritual the minute you wake up in the morning. Cross your hands on your heart. I bless myself. I bless my home. I bless the beings in it, the animals, the humans, whatever they're, the plants, everything that's in the home. And I'm looking for a positive change in my life. And let that go forward and take it one step at a time and appreciate the little steps, because you're going to be very busy late next year, and that will be a positive thing because you've built the stepping stones to really learning to appreciate it. Not that you don't appreciate life right now, but we all can use a boost in appreciation, especially when we hear so much negativity around us every day. So, Elaine, your mom recently passed. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope what I said really helps you. Tell her you loved her, bless her, tell her you miss her, you appreciate what she did for you in your life. You're sorry about any misunderstandings, and you look forward to having a feeling that she's doing well. And it will happen. It will happen. So I hope that helps. Elena blesses the water every time you shower. That is awesome. Yes, and that is great, right? Water is the number one thing in the world that we can't do anything about. And in terms of, we can't live without it. So blessing everything and blessing the food. We had a neighborhood dinner the other night, and it started with a blessing of the people there and the food that we were sharing together. So it's pretty awesome. So thank you for that. Carrie, you're doing fine on an even keel. You're worried about not being fine. Okay? So don't worry about not being fine. Be grateful about being well and everything being kind of on an even keel right now. And that's really an important message. Who was that? Okay, Carrie. That's really an important message of being in the moment, right? Of appreciating the moment, like we were talking about the blessing. You're great. You're going to be doing great. Kim, you're bringing up, is your mom okay? Is she around? Yes, always. Well, I take that back. They're not always with us because they are really busy in the afterlife. I mean, did you know? I know you're going to laugh. Did you know there are golf courses in the afterlife? I'm like, oh my gosh. Who knew, right? So, know that they're really busy too. Cassie, I missed the end of that. So for those of you who are feeling stuck, as Diane is saying, those of you are being stuck, try the blessing. I bless myself. I bless the things around you. Let it move through, right? Put sea salt around yourself. You notice I point out almost every week all the lavender that I have here in my office. Put things around your home that remind you that you're changing your focus. The world wants us to be scared all the time. Not the world, but the people who run the world want us to be scared all the time. They want us off balance. And we're a community here, a spiritual community, a mind, body, spirit community. We know better. We know that we hold the balance in ourselves. So take that balance, or remind yourself with things around you that hold that balance, and go for it, right? So we're about out of time here. Rowena asked, what happens to babies? Rowena, I'm so sorry that you lost your son at 4 months. Babies go to the afterlife just like everyone else. It's a little bit different for some of them. And so because they don't have the consciousness that, adults have, and that's fine. You just tell your son, hey, I'm so sorry we only had 4 months together. I love you. Go ahead and go on to the afterlife, and I'll see you again. And, sometimes these are really powerful little souls, and that's what they needed to experience. And it's amazing to have them. And I'm so sorry that you had your baby for such a short period of time. but you can bless him too into the afterlife. He's safe. They don't go to a place where they have to wait for somebody to rescue them. They get to choose just like we do, and babies go really fast. So they're in good hands, and maybe you'll meet again someday here, but certainly you will in the afterlife. And I bless you for Rowena for the love that you were able to give him in that short period of time, and now bless yourself for giving him a home and a family, even if it was for a short time. And I'm sorry for your loss. So we are really out of time, and I thank all of you for asking questions, insights for you, confusion about trusting the path. Um, Leela Ray, you know, too many times modern spiritual thought tells us to trust, to just trust. And the truth is, we have to actively go seek what we want, right? You're welcome, Rowena. So, Leela, I would go out and I'd look for what I wanted, and I would try to do what I can to make that happen. So, contacts for moving forward, and trusting yourself that even if you end up making a choice that in 6 months looks like a mistake, which is what happened to me this year, you learn something from it and you can keep going because nothing stays the same forever. It keeps moving, right? So trust yourself. Try this blessing ritual. Create one for yourself where you bless yourself every morning and every night. And I bless the choices that I make. Just say that. I bless the choices that I make. And I welcome the learning that I receive from them. And see if that works for you. So we are really out of time. And so all of you who have asked for questions, usually I can only take one or two here. So thank you for asking questions. You can always call my radio show, and we can spend a few more minutes together than we can here on Facebook Live. Every week, when I don't have a guest on my show, you're welcome to call and ask for a quick reading. My show is at omtimes.com radio. It's called The Practical Intuitive. It airs every Monday at 2 Pacific time. That's 5 Eastern. I know it's 10 p.m. in London, and I don't know what time it is at the rest of the world. Today I have a guest on my show, and next week, but December 17th, you can call in and ask for questions. December 17th, we'll also do another healing circle here on Facebook Live where we can all put in our request for healing. But for today, I want to, share quickly crystals of the week. And, I didn't pick a particular crystal. I picked several. When we're talking about blessing ourselves, blessing our families, blessing the world for making space for us, and blessing the land that we live in, our contributions to the world, start thinking about creating a crystal collection for yourself. And I always tell people to start out with quartz. Quartz is great for everything. It helps clear and ground us. It helps inspire us. It helps us learn to love ourselves. It's pretty much a go everywhere, do everything kind of crystal. Rose quartz is particularly good for loving, and selenite is another good crystal for clearing and grounding and balancing. Sherry, one last thing for Sherry. Your dad tried to tell you something before he died. I know you're having a hard time. It sounds like you just lost your job. Don't let that affect how you love yourself. And it's tough, right? It's tough. And your dad it sounds like he was just trying to tell you that he loved you and it was okay. Margaret, thanks for sharing your story. I'm sorry you're having surgery again. There was a period where I had 12 surgeries in 10 years, so I know where you're talking from. And you lost your dog. I'm so sorry that you lost your dog and that you're struggling with this. And I felt guilt about things for a long time, and guilt doesn't do us any good. Guilt just holds us back. So try the blessing. I'm so glad I decided to talk about blessing today. Try blessing yourself. Forgiving yourself is part of blessing. If you feel guilty for something, think, okay, next time I'll do something different. But you know that we all do the best that we can in the moment. And that's all that anyone ever asks us to do. And that's the only thing we can ask of ourselves, to do the best in the moment. So learn to love yourselves. And I want to thank you all for joining me today. So again, I do have guests on my radio show this week and next week. But on the days that I don't, you're welcome to call in and ask for a quick reading. And I actually welcome those. I would love to do mostly shows that are just readings and conversations with people. So let's pick up on that. So start joining me on December 17th and then in the new year. But for today, please, if you are enjoying these broadcasts, if they help you, please like the Om Times page here, the Humanity Healing page, my own page, the Practical Intuitive. You can connect with me there. You can also find me at my website, robinfritz.com. I offer personal and business intuition. So look at your personal life, your business life, mediumship, talking with our deceased human and animal beloveds, space clearing, animal communication, past life and between life regression, energy healing with Fallon. And you know from connecting with him here how powerful that is. And also, if you want to go to my website and sign up for my newsletter, there's a free guided meditation with Fallon. It's a video, so you'll actually be able to see him as you work on that clearing. So those of you who are asking for readings, come back and ask again. Check in with me, catch up with me at my website, robinfritz.com. And thank you so much for being here today. Now, thank yourselves for taking the time to be part of this amazing community. Bless yourself, cross your hands on your heart, bless yourself, bless your loved ones who've passed, bless the hard times you might be having, bless the good times that you're having. Here's why. You bless the hard times and they do eventually get easier. Bless the good times and it makes you smile and it makes you feel more connected. Go out and actively work on being more connected to the world around you. And I know it will make you better because I know it helped me. And if anything helps me, I know it helps everyone else. So I love all of you. I'm so grateful to be here with you every week. I hope I've helped a few of you feel better. Again, you can find me at my website, robinfritz.com. And join me this afternoon on my radio show. I'm welcoming Steve Taylor, who's going to be talking about science and spirituality and what he's discovered. So thank you. Love you all. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Take care.